you could be making a lot of money, but then feel poor for half of the year. Hey guys, welcome back. There have been some requests. So today I thought I'd go over some Japanese developer job listings with you. Just kind of give a breakdown of the salary, benefits, what language experience they're looking for, and just kind of break down each job piece by piece and kind of introduce you to what's going on here. Now, I'm only going to be going over companies that have liked me, that have reached out to me today. I'll probably be making more of these videos if there's any interest. So let me know specifically what tech stack you want to see investigated, and I'll look it up. Hopefully share the results with you if I can find anything. I'm usually pretty chill in the comments and everything, but there's one guy that regrets because you really pissed me off in saying I don't like Japan because I'm trying to draw on all of this competition for these developer jobs and make the job market way too crowded. Well, I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm actually trying to bring people in. In fact, at my current job, I'm doing interviews for foreign candidates, so I want more talent here in Japan. I think if we can kind of grow the money for everybody, we can make a really strong software development scene here in Japan. With that being said, let's get started. There were some things I really wanted to introduce to you last time that specifically apply to Japanese jobs, like some of the way the pay is structured. In some ways, you could be making a lot of money, but then feel poor for half of the year. So I'm gonna tell you a bit about that. And then I also wanna talk about overtime, and one trap that will get you into doing more overtime here that you need to be careful for. If you know this, kind of helps you filter out what companies might be, more of that bad Japanese company image and which ones are A-okay. So if you know these things, you're gonna have a leg up. Let's get started and take a look at some jobs. If you sign up for the site, please don't just start spamming jobs. You can't speak Japanese, please hold off for a bit until you can write a decent message and go back and forth, or get connected with a recruiter. Just use this responsibly so it doesn't make it harder for the rest of us, okay? Let's go see what's on my profile. Front-end engineer, 5 to 10 years. Full stack engineer, 5 to 10 years. Basically started out freelance. I got an e-commerce business that I developed my own tools for. I had a previous company I worked for in the US, and worked in a variety of things, Python, PHP, MySQL. We were in the middle of a transition. So to be honest with you, this is not a strong profile, right? It's got a bunch of random stuff, freelancing in some various jobs. One job in the US that only lasted for a year and a few months. It's not very strong to be honest with you, but probably see that I'm kind of a self-starter because I'm freelance and I have my own business. Also, I'm just doing everything in Japanese and they want foreign engineers. It's a part of it too. But here's the list of skills that I had at this time. You edit your skill list, and I think there's a limit on the number of skills you can put on here, and that's why this is just kind of a random hodgepodge of some things I know. I put my current salary is this much yen because I was making 80,000 at my first job in the US. So with my skills out of the way, let's look at some companies that actually reached out to me. And these are gonna be random. This one is including global expansion. They're growing quickly and they're in an interesting phase right now. Full flex, so this is what I was going to tell you about. I've talked about this a bit in the comments lately, but this full flex means there are no set hours. You can choose your own hours as long as you get in your 8 hours a day, right? And some companies don't even have the 8 hours a day, but that's not called full flex. That's called, I don't know what that's called. And they're making a Jisha service. So it's an internal tool. This is like your own company. And this is service. So I can't remember. I don't know if that means their own internal tool or what. Improving user experience. They want a senior front-end engineer. So that's already one thing. In the US we got a lot of full stacks, but here in Japan I do see quite a bit more front-end specific positions. So that's a good thing for some of you that specialize in front-end. Salary range, 7 million yen to 13 million yen. You guys do that calculation on your own. I'm not even going to tell you the USD because my conversion rate in my head is very controversial. I still do 100 yen to $1. A lot of reasons for that, and I'm going to go over that in a following video, but I would just personally in my mind think of what kind of lifestyle can this buy you? This can buy you a $70,000 a year lifestyle. That's going to be controversial to say because the yen is really cheap right now, but that's how I think of it. And this can buy you a $130,000 a year lifestyle. They'd be more hesitant to give you a like if they were outside of your range. Anyway, let's get on with this. Okay, what does this company actually do? I don't even know what this company actually does. Let's look it up real quick. Real estate investing company. High confidence real estate investing. So I would imagine what that means is probably highly stable investment properties is what they're working with. So yeah, this is probably internal tools is what I'm guessing. Down here, you've got an app. Manage your building or manage your investment. I think that's relax and manage it in the app, okay? So that's what this company's doing. Interesting, right? In fact, I am kind of interested in real estate, so this would catch my eye. Tosashi Netto Fudosan, yeah, we are kind of a net first real estate company. So they're working working towards the digital transformation of the real estate industry. Sorry it took so long to get that out. Okay, let's skip all that. We know what they're about. Next.js, easy to tell, that's in English, right? Improving UI UX of forms that are meant to gather customers. Yeah, this is going to be a heavy front-end position. Well, I mean, of course, because it's a front-end developer. Anyway, HTML5, CSS, TypeScript, React, Next.js, Webpack, Gulp. Okay, these are all things I've worked with. So this would be so up my alley. Need 3 years of experience. This is important. 3 years of experience as a front-end engineer. Specialist knowledge of web application development. Experience with GitHub, of course. I don't know what any of these are, so I would need to brush up on this before I talk to these guys in an actual interview. User test and CJM success. Does anybody here know what a CJM is? Customer journey map. Okay. Micro interaction. I would imagine this is like small animation. TypeScript, React, and etc. Accessibility, security, performance tuning, backend. Okay, I should have introduced this. These are the desirable skills. They put these TypeScript and React in welcome, but I would imagine you actually need those. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's okay. All right, I just showed you how I look at things, but let's get to the juicy stuff, the actual working conditions. Station, this is full-time employee. Trial period. Trial period of 3 months. I think legally it might be slightly easier to fire you during this period. Don't quote me on that. For all intents and purposes, you're basically just a company employee. I don't know how that actually works. You'd have to look in the actual laws what that means. Salary, we talked about it earlier, 7 million to 13 million. Look at this. Look at all this. This is about like how your pay is paid. Okay, this right here, very important. Your overtime pay up to 30 hours per month is included in this pay. Whatever they pay you, it's not saying you have to work 30 extra hours, but like even if you work up to 30 extra hours of overtime, they're not going to pay you extra. That system is called Minashi Zangyo. Another word for it, Kote Zangyo. These are fixed overtime. Very tricky system. So what I'm telling you is if you had a company that had this up at like 100 or something, you need to start being wary of them. There's probably a legal limit on this, but I've seen companies with very high amounts of fixed overtime work. This is actually maybe on the normal end. I've seen companies with 40 hours. You won't get paid any bonus if you're working overtime, so be careful about that. That's a good thing to be looking out for. 1/12 of your salary is paid each month. Why would they put that? Well, we'll try to find a job that doesn't pay it like that, because some other jobs will do something very unique to Japan. This job anyway is a normal payout. Salary increase 2 times per year. During these times you will be evaluated for a salary increase. Might get a 2% increase, might get more, might get less if you did bad. Full flex time, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. They don't have any core time. So some works will have full, flex time, which means you can choose your hours up to an extent, but they have a core time. So say 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. everybody has to be working. Outside of that, you can choose your own hours. That's called flex time. But this full flex time means they don't even have core hours. You can literally just work anytime during the day. During this 7 to 22, which actually, this is not full flex time. I don't know why they're calling it that, but full flex time, you can work in the middle of the night. That this isn't really full flex. I mean, so that would be a not good sign for me. They're saying full flex. In reality, you have to work during this time. That's a little bit delusional in my opinion, so that would be a red flag for me. As a rule, every Monday at 9:30 a.m., we're doing an all-company meeting. Break time, it's not fixed. They're saying if you work these amount of times, you have to take this break, but there's no fixed amount of breaks that you can or can't take. So that is a green flag for this company, very good. Outside of working hours work, so basically overtime, yes. On average, about 20 hours per month. That's actually quite normal for a Japanese company, and I don't think that's bad, the 20 hours of overtime. You might think that's bad, but that's probably normal. You can probably get away without doing it, to be honest with you. Monday and Sunday off per week. I've never seen this actually, but they have ladies' day off, I guess, which is like women's health. You can take the day off, so green flag. Preparing for childbirth, days off. Baby care, days off. Special kids, so it literally says special kids days off. So like, I guess if you have a special needs kid, you can take the day off. A break to go take your kids to the doctor or whatever, of course. Yeah, I don't know. They're just listing a lot of different situations in which you can take the day off, which is good, but a lot of other companies won't have this, but they'll have the same benefits. So this company's just kind of hyping themselves up, but in reality, these are pretty normal things to have the day off for. Child support system. So I would imagine they give some bonus payouts to people with kids. If you buy study books, they'll pay the cost of the study books. That's pretty common. They will lend you out computers, of course. That's very common. I can buy company stocks, online English lessons. They'll pay for you to get engineering qualifications. So maybe they have clubs within this company. They'll pay out some money to each club or something. So there's a lot of good things in this. These benefits might sound really nice to you, but these are all quite common things. So don't get too hyped up about it if you see this. I mean, this is unique. They will pay a part of your rent if you live within 3 kilometers of the office. This is a big one in Japanese companies. They will pay for your commute. All of your train fares, they'll pay. This is extremely normal. Every company will pay for your transportation. If they don't pay for your transportation, I would say definitely avoid that company because that is very outside of the norm. Here is the flow for getting hired. You'll have the casual interview or the casual talk where you just get to know each other. Then they will review your documents. So this is completely unqualified. You can just go into this. Then if that's good, you go to the first interview with a manager or a member. Then you go to your second interview with the department manager. And then you have your final interview. Okay, that's a bit weird. To have an interview with a board member, I think they're not really delegating their duties well enough, so that's slightly concerning. I will say this, if you get to a final interview here, I mean, you pretty much have the job. Is that the same overseas? So that's this job. We're probably just a couple red flags on this. Overall, I would say this is very promising. I like this. Okay, let's pick another random job. We're gonna go faster now that I've kind of explained everything already. We're picking this because it's called Homey. Flex work, remote, okay. That means they're probably not full remote. Over 900 stores. They're making a product called Hot Lead. Don't know what it is. Nux 3, I've never used it. 6 million Japanese yen to 10 million Japanese yen. Docker, Go, JavaScript, MySQL. If they're actually requiring Go, no, this is a front-end engineer. So I said a lot of front-end engineer positions here. Agile development, Echo, haven't used that. MySQL, okay. GitHub. AWS, Aurora, Terraform, Docker, SageMaker, SES. Okay, it's a mixed bag for me. In general, I think a lot of companies, similar to the US, will be willing to work with you if you have a developer experience. They know that people can switch between technologies, right? Web application development experience, more than 5 years. SPA development experience, above 1 year. Cloud platform, AWS, GCP. Oh no, this is welcome skills. Working with a large scale service. We're just gonna skip this, guys. You can learn what these actual companies are about by yourself. Look at this. This has a trial period of 6 months, so they're more apprehensive. I don't know if that's a red flag or not. I mean, it does make you a bit more scared, right? Because you're worried for those 6 months. Am I doing good enough to stay on? I don't like that. That makes me uneasy. In fact, I would say the standard here is 3 months. If you say 6 months, be apprehensive about that and ask about that in the interviews. Monthly pay, 500,000 to 830,000. Like I told you, 40 hours included of overtime. So up to 40 hours, you don't get paid any bonus. This is in Shibuya. Flex system. This does have core time, like I was telling you. You only have to work 11 to 4 p.m. as a requirement, and then the rest of that is flex time. It's a much more normal flex time system. In practice, this is probably more flexible than that last one, even though that last one was called full flex. So I don't like that last listing calling itself full flex. Yes, we have overtime work. On average, throughout the whole company, their overtime work is about 5 hours per month. Very good. If this is true, that's a very green flag, right? This is just a bunch of the same stuff we went over last time, benefits-wise. I mean, every year they will give you 50,000 yen to buy things for your people. Oh, you can have multiple jobs. So a lot of companies here will not want you to have a job outside of them, but this one says okay. I think companies that don't allow a job outside of them are becoming increasingly rare. So don't worry about that too much. If you're going to be doing something on the side, just confirm with them before you're hired, because they will find out when you go to do your taxes. They have club activities, a fitness club, a golf club, a mahjong club, have a water server. That's kind of hilarious to even list that as a benefit. They have food and drinks. Okay, this is very interesting. I've never seen this many foods listed. They have free pasta. I don't know, they're preparing pasta every day, I guess. They have free rice, just a community rice pot that you can, I guess they're always cooking rice. Free snacks, free alcohol. Anytime after 8 p.m., all the free alcohol you want, I guess. Any color of hair, you can do your nails and your clothes, you can wear whatever. Just wear whatever you want, look however you want. Their interview flow, casual meeting, First interview online, second interview in person, and then you get an offer. So notice this one didn't list it as a last interview. This one is very good. This seems very streamlined. In fact, they don't waste your time. The first one's online. Okay, so that's that job. I was picking companies at random, but now I'm going to go with this one because this is a company I know, because this is the app that my child uses and see his daycare information. When he's at daycare, the teachers upload pictures and you can see them. And when you go to check them out, you have to schedule when you're going to go pick up your kid and stuff. So I know this, probably widely used throughout Japan, various daycares. Interesting project to be working on. 7 million yen to 13 million yen. This seems kind of like a sweet spot, right? Because our first job we looked at, I think, was the same as this. They've got TypeScript, JavaScript, PHP, React, Kotlin, full remote possible, agile development. And anyway, they've got a speaker deck, so you can go through this, and this probably has like a slideshow of different things about the company. Technologies: Angular, Nuxt, React, TypeScript, JavaScript. Okay, PHP, Kotlin, EC2, EC. These guys, they've got it all, right? You've got Angular and React here. Again, if you're a developer with some experience, you'll know that it's not too hard transferring between these stuff. But with them listing all of these, though, I am a bit frightened if it's just an absolute spaghetti mess. If they have an engineering direction and they're saying we're going to use this, but we're still migrating, then that's fine. But you got a single product, right? You got a single app. This is concerning. Whatever you got going on here is a bit concerning. I'm just going off on these guys. Sorry, guys. They're probably fine. Over 3 years of experience. Oh yeah, object-oriented programming, system design. Yeah, but you're using JavaScript and TypeScript. Oh, well, it is tech lead. Maybe you need a variety of experience. Those are required skills. Welcome skills: Scrum, XP. What is XP? Agile, domain drive. Okay. Clean architecture, microservice architecture experience, Java, TypeScript, Kotlin. Static typing. Okay, I did not know that word. This means static. And then the rest is just fluff stuff for a company, like believe in our vision, good at working on teams. It's just normal people skills, so shouldn't even list it. Here's the monthly payout. Okay. Again, 6 months hiring period. That is not normal anymore. I would say 3 months is kind of the norm, so be a bit wary of that. Not necessarily a red flag, but just know that that's not normal. Okay, guys, this is the part I really wanted to tell you about. The pay per month is this amount, and then you've got 30 of fixed overtime. But look at this next part. This is Shoyo Nen Nikai, okay? Shoyo is like bonus. This bonus is what I wanted to tell you about. You have your annual salary, but then a percentage of your annual salary will be paid out in two very large sums of money. So if you get paid out 1 million yen, say 500,000 one month and then 500,000 at the other time of year, that's a big chunk of money that you're not seeing in your monthly paycheck, and then it just shows up twice per year. So that's something you really gotta take account of. Sometimes they'll have that on the listing, but ask them specifically about what portion is paid out. But they call this a bonus, but it's not a bonus. Now, why do they do this? Well, they do this because it's a bonus. They could theoretically cut it if the company starts losing money or something. They could theoretically cut people's bonus. In practice, obviously, that doesn't happen that much because people would get, quite angry. They're not legally obligated to pay you that amount because it's a bonus. Okay, so that's something to be careful. I think companies are moving away from this, but if you see this shoyo, you need to ask about it and ask about that's actually a bonus or if that's a very large percentage of your salary that's only going to be paid out twice per year or something. Other than that, they got the standard benefits here, paid leave right when you enter the company, very common practice. The rest is just stuff we covered in the other one. Okay, interview flow, casual talk, first interview, second interview, final interview. Okay guys, today we looked at 3 different jobs. That's going to be it for today because it's getting really long. Let me know any questions you have in the comments. Be sure to subscribe if you're interested in more content like this or if you want to hear more about Japan in general. Looking forward to hearing from you all again. Enjoyed helping you all out. If I can help someone else come to Japan and achieve their dream of being a developer here, I want to do that. So just reach out to me either here or in Discord. I'll put Discord in the description of this video. Okay, have a good day.